It is weird. Mandy and I were just texting and I was like, oh, we're not getting up at 3 a.m. and going to work. And this is weird. Yeah, it's definitely going to take some getting used to.
The final season was, in my opinion, perfection. It was so wonderful. And you all did such amazing, astounding work. I know that you spoke out after the Emmy snub. I mean, why don't you think that they didn't recognize this hard work? And it was disappointing to me as a fan. I can't imagine how disappointing it was for you as an actress in this show.
Well, let me just say, Mandy very wonderfully and eloquently spoke about her feelings. And she was like, no matter what, no matter an award nomination, it could never sort of get in the way of what the show meant. And that is true. However, I guess I'm more opinionated than I like to let on. You know, when you see someone like Dan Fogelman create a show that literally has changed people's lives and their hearts, to not be recognized for it is sort of frustrating. And I was frustrated for Mandy not being recognized when the work that she did is so unreal. And when it's so subtle and nuanced, I think people don't realize what it really takes and how many hours she would sit in the hair and makeup trailer before she even got to set. And, oh, of course she was pregnant. Oh, and you know what I mean? Like all of those things and doing music. And anyway, all that to say, I'm so grateful that a network show was nominated so many years. And we were recognized by peers and people who, you know, were also changed by the show. And I do know that there are incredible actors and incredible shows that all need to have their time and their time in the sun and be recognized. I just felt like going out on the 6th season, I think that it was a miss. I do.
I agree with you. I think it was a big mistake. I really do. I agree with you. I know there's always talk of a spinoff and things like that. Would you ever explore that with Kate? Is that something that you would want to do if they approached you to do so?
Sure. I mean, if Dan Fogelman and Isaac and Elizabeth, who are our showrunners, if they were attached, it would be a no-brainer for me. I do think that we could have like a reunion situation in maybe 10 years, because that would be really cool to see where every Pearson is at. And obviously, you know, Toby, and it would be cool to see that window, because of course we see Kate and Toby older when they're both supporting Jack in his music endeavors. But yeah, I think it would be really cool, and possibilities are really endless, because so many of the stories could have ripple effects throughout, you know, other families and other people. So I'm up for it. I think it would be really fun.
Would you want to see Toby and Kate back together 10 years later, or do you think that this was the right storyline for the two of them?
You know, it's so funny. In one of the last scenes of the finale, I said to Dan, are you laying some groundwork? Or is there something I should know? What is going on? Are they getting back? And he's like, no, Chrissy. I'm like, all right. I understand why they wouldn't. And I also thought it was really beautifully poignant that, you know, when you love somebody truly, you'll never stop loving them, and that they're going to be co-parenting and wonderful people and friends together. But yeah, it's hard because Chris Sullivan's my guy. Like he's such a great friend. So it's okay.
It's okay.
It's not real, Chrissy. It's not real.
What was it like kind of looking back and playing Kate for that last time, seeing Justin as Kevin, seeing Sterling as Randall? What was that like for you being on set for that final time?
So the last day was the last scene with Justin and Sterling and I. And I just was so in my feelings, in my emotions, and also just so grateful, but wanted to relish in that moment and not think about what I was going to say and, you know, my rap speech and what I was going to do when I actually said goodbye for, you know, the last time, at least on that set. Mm-hmm. So it was full of every single emotion. And I tried to keep it together, but I didn't. Of course, everyone knew I was going to sob through it, and I did. So.
As you should. Are you all still really close? Do you have a group chat? And who's always blowing up the group chat?
Yeah, of course. We definitely have a group chat, and we are genuinely friends. Mm-hmm. I don't think you could do that kind of work and not, well, at least with that group of people, they're special human angel beings. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. Like there could be some GIF, some news story, mm-hmm. something that we're, you know, champion each other about. But yeah, we're always talking through the group chat for
Definitely.
sure.
Was there any like Easter eggs that we may have missed in the finale that like maybe like were placed in there that like maybe some audience members didn't pick up on?
Oh boy. Chris started hiding one of our awards in the cabinets.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody ever notices that, I don't know if in any of the final cuts or edits were they shown, but I do remember that. I don't know about anything in the finale or the last season because, it's very special and tender. But I'm sure that there is. Now I feel like I need to ask.
But you have, like you said, so many exciting projects and things coming up. You have the tour, and then I know that you're partnering with Capital Auto Trader to inspire some new beginnings. So tell me all about this.
Yeah, so Capital One Auto Navigator, because I do have, obviously new dreams, new aspirations. It's just a great match made in heaven because for me, even when I was pre-qualifying, which is super cool because it's a digital tool, right? So you can be in the comfort of your own home, you can pre-qualify through the digital app. And it really, I don't know, for me, anytime you're starting something new, it's scary, right? Like it's a little nerve-wracking and you're not sure what's going to happen and how it's going to go. And for Capital One Auto Navigator, the fact that it's a digital tool and you can literally do it, and I don't know, it can be kind of, intimidating going to a dealership and then trying to pre-qualify and waiting. And to do that through the digital tool is like, oh my gosh, where was this years ago,
right.
When I was just brand new to life, essentially. And you can literally pre-qualify before you go to the dealership with no impact to your credit score. Mm-hmm. Hallelujah, which is so exciting. It's exciting. It's just a win-win-win. So yeah, new dreams, new aspirations might mean a new car. So yeah, it just is a match made in heaven.